Ninja Raid is definitely one of the most memorable, like,
Yeah.
because I was insane because I had just been raided by Alina, and it was right before Christmas too. I had just gotten some food and I came back to my room, and as I'm sitting down, I just see, like, Ninja has raided with 13,000.
Oh my God.
I was like, What?" Like, that one was
Hey, she's a beauty.
Welcome to Tarducks, the podcast for content creators to come on, share their experiences, stories, and advice. And today I'm super excited to have Vanessa. Welcome.
Hi. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, happy to have you here. So, what we normally do on the pod is to get things going first, we do 3 rapid questions just to get the juices flowing. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Best vacation ever.
Oh, snap. Um, ooh, I think I don't know. Well, my family went to Florida, like, Orlando when I was, like, 14. I think, like, when I was still in high school during the summer right before my sophomore year started, and that was super fun. It was just, like, we were there for a whole week, so we did Universal, we did literally just about everything, so it was super fun, and
Oh,
all of our other vacations have been, like, family related, so
yeah,
I think that one was probably my favorite.
that's the one that sticks out the most.
Mhm.
All right. You get to see any musician or band, past or present. Who are you seeing?
Probably One Direction. I'm a big old One Direction fan, and I have seen Harry Styles recently because I know he's doing solo. But if I could see One Direction again, I would.
All right. So you're going out to your favorite place to eat. What are you ordering?
Oh, um, I really like Maggiano's, like the Italian restaurant,
Yeah.
and I would probably get probably like the family style meals where like you can order like 4 people can get like the 2 big
Oh,
dishes.
wow.
Um, Probably that, but probably, like, I don't know, like, some sort of pasta. I love
Yeah.
pasta.
All right. Cool. All right. That's out of the way. We're ready to, jump into this.
Juices
You
are
ready?
flowing. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So I recently had Maddie on one of my podcasts, and at the end of the podcast, she suggested I reach out to you and you'd have a great story. And so, how did you end up meeting Maddie?
So I started when I first got introduced to Twitch was when I started streaming. I wasn't really on Twitch prior to that, so that was, like, around, like, July 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so, like, I was only really in, like, one community, and I just was stuck in that one community for a couple months. Um But when I had, like, known of Maddie, but I'd never, like, been in her community at all, like, anything like that, and, she hosted customs, like, Fortnite customs once, and, my boyfriend wanted to play them, so we jumped into them together with a friend at the time, and then after that, it was like a couple, like, days later or something, I was just streaming at night, like, chilling, playing some squads,
Yeah.
and the friend that we played with, his name is Tony, he suggested that Maddie raid me because we were playing her customs that one night,
Oh,
and that's how we ended up, like, meeting. I went into her
yeah.
chat after that, and then, I just felt really comfortable in her chat and her community, and then we just, like, we started playing together, like, stuff like that. We just grew close ever since then.
Oh, excellent. So when I was looking for a logo to throw up on the backgrounds here, I saw fading past. What is fading past?
That's my old Twitch name.
Oh,
So
okay.
so when I got partnered in like January. When I got partnered, I changed my Twitch name to Vanessa.
Okay.
But before that it was Fading Past, and I made Fading Past because that was the username I had for my Roblox account in like 2014. So I was like 15, and I like made it because my old account name was like Short Kid 777. I was like
Oh,
11 when I made it, and I was like, I don't want this username, and I need a rebrand.
yeah.
And at the time, like, you couldn't change your username at all on Roblox, so
Mm-hmm.
I made a whole new account, and I was like in my like wannabe like grunge teenage girl phase. So I
Yeah.
was like, give me something like edgy and deep. and my mind just stopped fading past, and I've literally used it as, like, all of my gamer tags ever since.
Oh, that's excellent. All right. Here we go. We got, behind the scenes with
Mhm.
Vanessa. Excellent. All right. So where are you from? You say you live down in Virginia?
Yes, I've been living in Central Virginia since I was, like, 4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. And what did you go to college for?
I did public relations and then a minor in sociology, so I just finished, my school this past spring.
Oh, so you're all done?
Yes, oh, thank God. Now I just have to
Congratulations.
worry about student debt, but putting
Yes.
that on the back burner for now.
Oh my lord. So you're all done with college. So what are your plans right now, to do streaming for a while, or you're looking to do both stream and look for a full-time job?
So I'm mostly, like, focusing on the content creation thing. I wanna see, like, where I can take my streaming. Like, right now, I'm already planning, like, doing more with, like, bringing my TikTok back up again now that I have more time,
Yeah.
stuff like that, like, daily uploads, and then, like, cross posting those onto YouTube Shorts, like, stuff like that. But, aside from that, I also, like, help out Movement Digital.
Yeah.
I run their Twitter, like, stuff like that, and, like, their socials, and I really enjoy, like, Brave and, like, working with him and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, it's a really good combination of both considering, like, he's super flexible and the everyone's just super nice. So, I'm definitely
Excellent.
enjoying my time doing both.
Cool. So what made you pick public relations from to go into college with?
Okay, I went to college undecided.
Yeah.
I was just like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do." But back I already mentioned, like, wanting if I could see One Direction again, I would, and so, like,
Yeah.
when I was a huge One Direction fan, like, the public relations side of thing always, like, interested me because you could kinda tell, like it was always, like, a big talk, like, what was good for their image, like, public
Yeah.
relations, like, how they're, like, branching, stuff like that, and around, like, a year into my freshman or, like, about the end of my freshman year, I was like, I'll try this class out. I'll try
Yeah.
public rela" I like that's the one thing I could like, the only thing I could think of, and I was like, "I'll try taking out the class." So I took it the fall semester, and I was like, "Yeah, I like this."
Oh,
And so I
excellent.
just declared my major, and it just stuck with me ever since.
Cool. And how was your college experience? Did you enjoy it?
It was good, but interesting considering, like, Corona, like, came into effect halfway
Yeah.
through, like, the spring of my sophomore year. So, um, my whole senior year was mostly online classes.
Oh
So
no.
and same with, basically my entire junior year was all online, and then my
Yeah.
senior year, I had, like, 1 in-person class, but then by the time it was my last semester, like, I mainly was like, "I just wanna get school over with," like, I had
Yeah.
senioritis, and I wanna focus on streaming, so I made sure everything was online only, that way I could, like, kinda prioritize having a streaming
Mhm.
schedule, but I still had time to do work here and there afterwards.
Yeah. Do you feel like you missed out on some of it because of the whole COVID thing?
Um, Kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like I would've been in a way different spot if, like, COVID didn't happen
Yeah.
because of it, I got, like, back into playing Fortnite, and that led to me, like, meeting friends that like, inspired me to start streaming, and, like,
Yeah.
me getting a PC, stuff like that. So, all that whole chain of events, like, kinda got me to where I am now, and I
Yeah.
think, if if COVID didn't happen, like, I'd probably be, like, a corporate girl, like, I'd probably be, like, working, like, a full-time job, like,
Yeah.
something like that, instead of,
Oh,
like, sitting here in this chair talking to you right
yeah.
now.
Oh, cool. So now, when did video games start for you? What do you remember your first video game? Was it a console, PC?
It was, my first, like, distinct memory is Pokemon Yellow on, like, the
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance when I was in, like, 1st grade. I think, like, I was so young, like, I barely understood what I was playing. I, like,
Yeah.
knew, like, the damage numbers and how to, like, read, like, the game and stuff, but
Yeah.
I wasn't, like, super advanced, but I've always been a Pokemon fan ever since then because me and my
Yeah.
brother were both playing it, and then, basically, like, my whole childhood, I played, like, Nintendo DS and Game
Yeah.
Boy and Wii and, the old PS2 and the Xbox 360, we played
Yeah.
all of those, and then when I was in 6th grade, my dad got me and my brother both laptops for Christmas. They were, like,
Yeah.
cheap HP laptops, but then I got into, like, more PC gaming, so I got into, like, Roblox, that's where Short Kid 777 was born, and I was, like, addicted to playing Roblox all the time,
Yeah.
And Roblox, you can do literally anything your heart desires at this point. You can make anything on there.
Yeah.
And I did that for so long, and then when Fortnite came out, I had, like, just graduated high school,
Mhm.
and it just, like, caught my attention, and I was, like, playing it on my MacBook Pro at the time. Like, I didn't have a PS4 or any I
Yeah.
just had my MacBook Pro, and I was, like, sitting there trying to play, like, Fortnite with, like, 30 FPS. It was so bad. And I was so bad at the game too that I stopped playing it. I was like, "I'm too bad." But my love for it, like, rekindled, with Corona and stuff like that. I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I have the free time now," basically, like, I have spring break for an extra week or 2, like, I was using my brother's old gaming laptop,
Yeah.
I had everything, and I got so in love with playing it again, I was like, I'll buy a PC in the future.
Yeah.
I'll do that." And
Oh,
I've just loved gaming ever since, honestly.
very cool. So would you say that's probably your favorite game of, since you started playing games is Fortnite?
It's definitely, like, stuck with me the hardest, not just because I stream it, but I always wanna improve, so
Yeah.
I'm always like, "I wanna get better," like, I'm gonna keep playing, and I'm enjoying playing with, friends and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
always, like I always just wanna strive to be better, but I think
Yeah.
besides Fortnite, I really I have such an attachment to Pokemon games, like,
Yeah.
the old ones have stuck with me so well, like, my memory of them and stuff I don't play them that much anymore, but I always have, like, my heart with them.
Yeah. Okay. So what keeps you hooked on Fortnite? What does Fortnite have about it that, it's your game that you love to play?
It's like I'm so competitive, and
Yeah.
I, play Fortnite competitive, but I'm not technically a pro player. It's just, like, the idea of wanting to get better and, um, like, make show people that I'm good at it
Yeah.
is what really keeps me going, and a lot of it too is, like, having fun people to play with.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people, don't enjoy playing solos, at all, and I get bored playing I get bored playing solos. I enjoy, talking to chat when I do play solos, but
Yeah.
it just gets, it's definitely the most boring game mode, so having, fun people to play with just by asking them to play is super fun, sometimes, if me and Maddie wanna play, we'll just reach out to each other. Me and Corey will play all the
Yeah.
time, having people who are entertaining and fun and not, super negative about everything makes it way more enjoyable, and,
Yeah.
wanting to keep talking and interacting with those people definitely helps, your love for Fortnite too, because you
Yeah.
just wanna always keep talking to them.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. So I came into your Fortnite community via actually MDF first, Monster D Face, who
Mhm.
then ended up getting Brave on the podcast. Then he exposed me to Corey, and
Yeah.
then Corey got me to Maddie, and it's like then seeing the Fortnite community is like, oh my god, there's so many fun people, and
Yeah.
everybody just has such a good time playing with each other. It's so nice to see.
Yeah. I know there's a I think it was a Bonsai Rose who made the Discord, but they have, the content squads, and it's
Yeah,
basically just a whole bunch of content creators when we're looking for people to play with, we just hop in there, and it works because everyone loves playing with each other on stream, everyone has good vibes,
yeah.
everyone has a game mode we're all good at, it's super fun.
And you just said the Bonsai Brothers. I had not seen them until seeing your community. Oh my god, they gotta cut back on the sugar. Holy crow.
They have so much energy, I
They
don't know how they
do.
do it. I
Yeah.
don't know how they do it. I props to them, honestly.
So now, in your opinion, what has Epic done to keep Fortnite fresh and just, at the top of the gaming field?
I think it's definitely gone through, ups and downs. A lot of people will like to say that, Fortnite's, a dead game, but I think they're just comparing it to its peaks because there's been, 3 different waves of revival for Fortnite. It was, when it first came out, the 2018 hype when it first came out, everyone was super hype about it then. It
Yeah.
was a new game, no one was really good at building, and then it kinda, dropped off a little bit, but not anything crazy. People are just kind of comparing it to what it was compared to how it is now when it still has a huge player base,
Yeah.
and then it kinda, like, rose up again during COVID just because people were at home, they had nothing to
Right.
do, that's why a lot of people got onto Twitch too, is because they needed something to do with their time, everyone's at home. It was literally, a perfect combination, Twitch and Fortnite.
Yeah.
Um, then it kinda slowly started to droop down again just because people are like, "Oh my god, there's too many sweats, blah, blah, blah," and then people are starting, even though COVID is not technically done with, like, people are starting to go out again, stuff
Yeah.
like that, like, go back to work. So the numbers were declining a little bit, and then the new peak is, like, the addition of no build.
Right.
That really started to bring back the casual base, which is what I kinda think they needed.
Yeah.
Because beforehand, I think, what was really the future of Fortnite was competitive Fortnite. I think it's, like, to me, I still enjoy watching competitive Fortnite. I think it's one of the
Yeah.
most enjoyable, like, it's super high pace, like, stuff like that, super mechanical. It's super fun to watch, but I think for a lot of people that don't know how to build or aren't interested in that, like, they just are clueless watching it. And I
Yeah.
think no build and no build tournaments being added was nothing I expected, but definitely something the game needed.
Yeah.
Like, so many more people love playing Fortnite now because of the addition of zero build. Some people main it now, like, they don't even play any of the build modes, which is
Right.
and then you have people, like, huge streamers that have never played Fortnite or, like, I haven't in years coming back just so they can play zero build.
Yeah.
And the hype that it had around it was definitely something that Fortnite needed, and I think that's, like, what really, like, is capturing people's attention now is the new zero build mode.
Yeah, so I came from the Escape from Tarkov community, and then when the No
Mhm,
Bills, I guess event happened, we saw so many people from Escape from Tarkov who were streaming. Now they're playing the No Bills. We had
mhm.
Dr. Lupo come over, we had Amy, and it's just like it just blew up. And then yeah, it's still super popular.
Yeah, I've never played this good from Tarkov, but I know, I feel like any battle royale or, like, any PvP game that doesn't involve building, like, you could enjoy Fortnite Zero build.
Yeah,
Like, it's so likable, it's so easy, like, it's like any game. All you have to do is get used to the loot pool, learn the movement, and you're chilling.
yeah, very
Simple as
cool.
that.
So now, what would you like to see them add to the game?
Ooh, for Zero build, I'm sure Corey probably talked about this a lot. He is a big advocate for shield bubbles. I agree. I think shield bubbles for no build would be literally chef's kiss, perfect.
Yeah,
And I think, ooh, besides that, I don't know if there's another mode they could add. I think if they wanna, like, take it back to the old days, maybe those huge 50v50 modes, those were, like, super fun. I don't know how that would play now, but maybe a
yeah,
huge, like, 50v50 no build would be good considering not many people were building back in the day. Like,
mm-hmm,
I think something like that, because I remember those being super fun, or, like, the food fight mode, or I think that's what it was called, the food fight modes, where you could be, like, it was either you chose the tomato or the burger, and you would
yeah.
go head to head, like, that was super fun
Oh, that
too, and,
sounds
like,
fun.
yeah, they might be a little out of touch now with the skill level, but
Yeah.
I think maybe within no build itself, that would be super interesting, because I remember those being super fun back in the
Yeah.
day.
Okay, very cool. Now, is there any upcoming events that you're looking forward to?
Within Fortnite itself, well, FNCS just finished, and I was just playing it. I didn't qual to, like, grands or anything because that's, like, a huge skill level, but I definitely
Yeah.
enjoyed playing that. I'm excited to watch it. I love watching FNCS. Like I said, I love watching competitive
Yeah.
Fortnite. I think the other thing I'm excited for is the upcoming eFuse tournament, which I think they just tweeted about today.
Mm-hmm.
Which is gonna be trios and half no build and half build. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited for that because me and my team, well, it was Alexa, if you know Alexa. It was her team actually, but it
Yeah.
was me and then Nata on it. We won the last one. So I'm
Oh,
super
no
excited for
way.
this next one. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that's
super
awesome.
excited for this next one. So that should be August 6th, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for that one.
Cool. And now for the FNC championships, who you picking or who any favorites you're rooting for?
Ooh. I don't know if I have any favorites. Um, I think, oh, I don't know, cause like, um, East, like, the East region
Yeah.
is such a good region that you never know, like, who's gonna do well. I think, the teams that might probably do the best are probably, like, Kanata and Agers, or I don't know, maybe Bugha and Mira will win another one. I mean, Bugha's been at the top since World Cup, I don't
Yeah.
know, but I'm just super excited to watch. I will literally, like, take off stream and stuff to watch it. I love watching it.
Excellent. So now when you're playing, are you doing a mouse and keyboard, or are you doing that thing that Corey's been playing with, the azimuth, or what is that thing
Oh, the
called?
Azeron? I
Yes.
play keyboard and mouse, yeah,
Okay,
but the
all right.
Azeron looks a little funky, but it
It
does look really
does.
interesting.
All right, so now you get to pick your own dream squad to roll
Mhm.
some Fortnite with. Who are you picking? Past OGs, current people? You say their name, they're there to, roll some raids
Oh,
with you.
oh my gosh, probably Valkyrae, because I remember watching her when she used to play Fortnite back in the day.
Yeah.
Valkyrae, oh, this is so hard. Wow, that is crazy. Hmm, definitely Valkyrae. If we're thinking OG, um, who did I watch back in the day? Um, I watched a little bit of Ninja back in the day. I feel
Yeah.
like I mean, I know Ninja still plays a lot now. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
Definitely like an OG squad, I think. That would be, like, super entertaining to roll with. And I think maybe trying to think of someone, like, super interesting. Um, hmm. Ooh, Daquan. I
Okay.
think that an OG. I don't think he plays Fortnite anymore, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Daquan would be a really, really good choice.
All right, cool. So now, when it comes to streaming, what made you jump on to Twitch and fire up things to go live for that first time?
So I was, like, playing on before I got the PC, I was playing on my brother's, like, gaming laptop, and so
Yeah.
I used to just sit there and play Fortnite squad fills all the time. I had, like, no friends that liked playing Fortnite. I would just
Yeah.
sit there, play squad fills for hours, and I enjoyed it so much. And there were so many people that were like, "Do you stream? You sound like you stream." And I was like, "No, I don't stream." And, like, right now, I'm using the Apple earbuds just because 'cause they're more comfortable than my
Yeah.
other headphones sometimes, but even, like, the mic on this, they were like, "You sound like you have a streamer mic." I was like, "Nope, I'm using $20 Apple earbuds." But that kinda, like, put the idea in my mind,
Yeah.
and I actually tried it. Tried to stream on Twitch once off of that gaming laptop, and it was not good. Like, my
Yeah.
game frames were super bad, and the stream frames were super bad, and so I was like, "Okay, when I get a PC, like, that's when I'll think about it." And then,
Yeah.
around June, I think, like, June 2020, my, an IRL of mine, her boyfriend, wanted to get a new PC, so he sold me his old one.
Yeah.
And so when I got that, that's when I, like, started to look into streaming more, stuff like that, but I was, like, so nervous to take that first step of going live for the first time.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, her name is Rocky. She's a couple of years younger than me. But she had just started streaming at the time too. She had, like,
Yeah.
probably started streaming early July or, like, late June 2020, um, and she was, like, super chill on stream, stuff like that, and we were super close friends, and I was like, "Okay, like, this kinda gives me the boost I need to stream because, like, if she's not nervous and she went live, I can do that. Like, I
Right.
can not be nervous and go live too." So, I that inspired definitely inspired me to start streaming for the first time and made it way, way, way less nerve-wracking.
Yeah. And now how about that first, that first viewer that came in, or that first person from chat started chatting? Were you like, or did you know them, or was it like a complete stranger and just like, oh my God, what do I do
I
now?
My first followers and, like, chatters were definitely, like, that friend group that me and Rocky had. It was, like, me,
Yeah.
Rocky, and our friend Bree, and, like, some other guys, stuff like that. Like, those were definitely the people that came in and chatted, but it was like, since I first started streaming, it was super slow, like, obviously,
Yeah.
because not everyone can spend their whole time in my chat. But it felt, like, nice, like, having people come in from, like, the recommended, here and there. I was like, "Oh my god," like, this is the first time, like, knowing who I am, like, that's super
Yeah.
cool, like, the recommended's actually, like, doing some work out there, like, putting me out there, which is super
Yeah.
dope.
Oh, cool. So do you remember your first sub and your first mod?
I don't remember who my first mod was. I think my first sub entirely was someone his name is NWD244. He still comes around here and there,
Yeah.
not as often, but he still comes around to my chat here and there, yeah.
Oh, very cool. So, I've been in the stream a couple times. Very positive. Seems like everybody's having a good time. How would you
Mhm.
describe your stream?
Um Sometimes chaotic, just cause like, my chat can be super chaotic sometimes, and I'm definitely not family friendly, and it's, like, a lot of yelling here and there, but I
Yeah.
think very energetic,
Yeah.
very energetic.
So now, have you like other streamers I've had on, they talk about, certain times of the year or certain days of the week where chat is just crazier than normal. It's like a full
Mhm.
moon. Have you noticed that?
I think, like, it really depends, like, some people bring in the crazier vibes more than others, like,
Yeah.
there are some people I like some of my mods and, like, some of my actives who definitely have, like, chaotic vibes, which can be super funny, but then there's, like, some other people that come in that definitely, like, add more, and it's, like,
Yeah.
super chaos. So, like, my viewer squad days, I do them on Sundays. That's when
Hmm.
I definitely, like, average more viewers, like, have more chatters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's when, like, more of those chaotic people come in, and then my whole chat is, like, saying sus things or, like, a lot of out of pocket stuff. That's when it gets, like, super funny, but
Yeah.
it's a really, really good time.
Oh, very cool. So now, when did you become partnered in Twitch?
Uh, January 27th this year.
And do you remember how you found out? And
Yeah,
did you just like
I was
explode?
I was, like I was mid-streaming actually, and I
Oh, no
had
way.
been waiting for my response for, like, over a month at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think I applied, like, sometime, like, end of December, early January, and you have
Hmm.
to wait, and then when you get denied, you have to wait another 2 weeks. So I got, like, basically auto denied the first time I applied,
Yeah.
like, they sent me, like, a denial email, like, 20 minutes later. I was like, "Damn, like,
Oh,
y'all couldn't, like, give it some thought?"
right.
I was like, "Wow, that was really fast." But I was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna let that down." Like, obviously, I kind of expected it because, um literally, like, 2 weeks prior, I had gotten a really, really big raid from Ninja, and so I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh, no
eh
way.
yeah, so that brought up my viewer average a lot, but that also
Yeah.
brought up my partner average. So looking at that, I would understand why they denied it so quickly, but that denial only made me wanna keep pushing more so I could
Hmm.
consistently hold the 75 viewers, like, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Um, and so after I reapplied, I was, like, waiting for, like, a long time, like, a couple days, which felt like forever. And I was, like, mid-streaming, and I was actually, if you know Sparkle's Cutie, I was actually tabbed out. We were sitting in the lobby, like, in the Fortnite lobby, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, is Adriana done with her?" She was doing a sponsored stream. I think I can't remember what it was. She was doing a sponsored stream. I was like, "Oh, is she done with her stream?" So I, like, opened my Google Chrome and went to her tab, and
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh, I guess she's done." And in the top corner, it was like, "Congrats, you unlocked the partner achievement," or whatever, and I was like, "What does that mean?" Because, like, when you're able to apply, the same message comes up, and I was like, "Oh, like, what does this mean?" Like, I've already applied, and I click on it,
Yeah.
and it's like, "View partner agreement." I was like, "What does it mean, view partner like, wait, what?" And I sent a screenshot because I was playing, with Rafi, who is my boyfriend. I sent him a screenshot.
Yeah.
I was like, "Does this mean what I think it means?" He was like, "Accept it. What are you doing?" So I went and accepted it, and I was like, "Wait, wait, 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 wait," and I, like, went to my own stream in Google Chrome, and I refreshed the tab, and I was like, "Everyone refresh my stream right now." Like, I have the check mark and all, and I was freaking out. It was literally so insane.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Now, you just said Rafi's your boyfriend?
Mhm.
Is that the same Rafi that Corey always talks about?
Probably.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
we're
yeah.
all we're all really good, like, really close and stuff like that,
Oh,
yeah.
that's so funny. So now, since you've been streaming, what has been a highlight for you? The partnership, or is there some other moment that sticks out that was like, your first time somebody, rated you with like a huge number?
Okay, so there's a couple of moments. I think the ninja raid is definitely one of the most memorable, like,
Yeah.
'cause I was insane because I had just been raided by Alina, and it was right before Christmas too, and I remember going back for his reaction or, like, what made him wanna raid me,
Yeah.
and my title was Merry Christmas Eve Eve, and he was like, "We're gonna raid Fading Past." It's fate because, like, he said my title was fate, and I looked at his Twitter. I was wondering what he meant by that, and his live tweet for that day was Merry Christmas Eve Eve. So it kinda worked
Oh,
out because it connected like that. So that one definitely stuck with me because I had just gotten some food and I came back to my room, and as I'm sitting down, I just see, like, Ninja has rated with 13,000.
oh my God.
I was like, "W what?" Like, that one was crazy. I will literally always remember that, and, me getting partnered midstream as well, that was insane, and
Yeah.
then, like a couple of days later, like probably like 2 or 3, Raffi had messaged a couple people in my community, and, um, they had done this thing where I can't remember, like, the exact timing of it, but they all had, sent really, really nice messages, like, congratulating me on getting partnered all at once. I cried like a little baby reading all of them. It was super, super nice. That was super memorable too.
Oh, excellent. So now when you get that big raid, how do you prepare for dealing with, chat going from maybe a couple of hundred to thousands?
I was just in shock for a long time. I was literally just sitting there like, and they were all like, run an ad, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, we want an ad. And I was like, I would feel bad running an ad. You just got here. They're like, run an ad right now. And I was like, okay. I think like sometimes you get scared when you get like a huge raid, especially being like a girl on Twitch. You never
Yeah.
know like what weirdos there may be like
Mhm.
sprinkled into like huge communities, but
Yeah.
that was probably like one of the nicest raids I've ever got. Like everyone came in super positive, especially for the size. Like
Yeah.
it was just super nice. I was trying to thank as many people as I could, but it was just moving so fast because like I didn't want anyone to feel left out for any follows or any raid messages. Like I always
Yeah.
try to include everyone, but there were so many. I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't get to everyone right now. I wish I
Oh,
could thank all of you individually.
excellent. So you brought up a good point about, being a girl on Twitch and the weirdos that come along with it. How's
Mhm.
your experience been?
It's been pretty interesting. I think I have a decent auto mod system and like my mods are pretty good at catching
Yeah.
messages, but you will always like see people that come in and say some weird things like a lot of like first time chatters especially because
Yeah.
they don't care. They're not part of your community. They don't care like stuff like that. They'll
Right.
always do like exclamation point OnlyFans or like can
Oh.
I get your snap or like they'll say some like weird things about, like, wanting nudes or whatever, and, like, at that point, we're just like, "Shut up,
Yeah.
you're banned."
Yeah.
Like, at that point, like, a lot of the times, unless they saw something that, like, we wanna make fun of,
Yeah.
the point is just like, "Okay, easy ban.
Yeah.
We're over it." It's like stuff like that. It's kind of like a thing we shouldn't be used to, but something that we are because people just don't know how to
Yeah.
be nice sometimes.
Yeah, over the Tarkov community, there's a strong female, amount of streamers over there, and one of
Mhm,
the girls who I had on, Nixia, she started up a Discord called the Chatettes, where any of the female streamers that are starting up, they've got a place to go, whether it's just
mhm.
for support or they're sharing, hey, here's the creeper guy, and then immediately everybody in the community sort of, there's a flag, and so it was a kind of a neat thing to hear that they have.
Oh, that's actually really nice. I think I think any and all gaming spaces should definitely, like, have something like that. I feel like it's really nice, especially, like, in male-dominated communities. It's really nice to be able to have, like, girls you can just,
Right.
like, go to immediately. And that's why, like, I've always tried to, like, go out of my way to show, like, girls on Twitch more love just
Yeah.
so, like, because a lot of, like, stereotypes to try to pin, like, girls love to be competitive and have drama with each other, stuff like
Right.
that, and, like, I don't like that stigma, like, unless obviously, like, unless I know, like, you're not that good of a person, but I try to go out of my way to befriend other girls just because I want them to feel safe on Twitch, like, I want
Right.
everyone to, like, be friends with each other, like, I don't want that stigma of, like, girls being petty and competitive with one another when
Yeah.
we should all, like, be friends when there's already a whole society against us.
Yeah, that's good. So now, being a streamer, what has been the toughest thing for you to, sort of to deal with or to adjust to?
Um, I think a lot of people can say this, but, like, sometimes, like, viewer count, like,
Yeah.
sometimes you try not to let it get to you, but it's pretty easy for it to, like, no matter how, like, good of a mental you may have, like, it
Yeah.
honestly does get to you every once in a while, and I think the most stressful part of it is, like, the when you're trying to, like, apply to get partnered, that's always stressing you out because I obviously, to get partnered, you have to have a viewership number
Yeah.
requirement, and so there's it gets way more stressful after the application process, just making sure your numbers are consistently around that area because you
Yeah.
don't wanna get denied because you're not averaging those numbers anymore, and that's when it gets super nerve-wracking, and as much as, like, I or anyone else may preach that viewer count doesn't and shouldn't matter, that's always, like, the one time that it will always, like, always seems to get to people, me included. Like, I was super stressed waiting to hear back,
Yeah.
and it doesn't help when you have to wait days and days on end for a reply. Um, it's just super stressful. I think that's, like, the one thing a lot of people have to try and overcome too, especially, like, there's always, like, those, like, first-time chatters or, like, new streamers will come in and be like, "I only average, like, so and so amount of viewers, like, I'm struggling to find motivation." And I feel like at that stage, when you're, like, a new streamer or, like, trying to become up and coming,
Yeah.
you have to, like, ignore the viewer count because, if you stress yourself out over it then it only gets, like, worse from then on out, and I feel
Yeah.
like you have to give yourself some wiggle room and, like, be more I don't know the word for it, like, malleable? That's
Mhm.
definitely not the right word, but in a sense, like, make your mental a little easy on you just 'cause there's thousands and thousands and thousands of streamers on Twitch that only average, like, 1 to 2 viewers.
Yeah.
So, even just getting the affiliate part is a huge accomplishment as much as it may not seem like it when you're comparing yourself to
Mhm.
big streamers.
Yeah. Yeah, so many of the guests who've come on said that number is something that, don't look at it because it'll cause you
Yeah.
anxiety. You have
Yep.
people who, when they're taking out the trash, like, oh my God, I'm losing numbers and I'm losing viewers right now because I'm not in front of my computer. And it's just not healthy.
Yeah, it's definitely not, and I know, like, I've seen some articles. This is definitely way more to the extreme where people feel like they can't eat on stream, they can't take bathroom breaks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets like super toxic because like you have to be totally unafraid because if you start to build up like where you can't eat on stream, you can't go to the bathroom, like stuff like that, it'll only get worse from then because then people are gonna be used to you not doing these things, so when you do them, they'll go out of their way to mention it, and then you'll feel bad for doing
Yeah.
that thing. So if you just get into the habit of doing what you're comfortable with on stream and, like, maybe eating may not make you comfortable on stream, but, like, face cam off eating but still
Right.
there, or letting yourself take, like, a 5-minute breather, walk around the house, like, stuff
Yeah.
like that. If you introduce your community to people who are comfortable as yourself being comfortable doing this, then they'll get used to like a culture where streamers take care of themselves instead of like forcing themselves to be present for a community.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really true. So now somebody who's just starting out into this, what advice would you give them?
Take the time and effort to make sure your stream quality is good. Like I know doing a face cam isn't easy for a lot of people, but and I know a face cam shouldn't be the only thing people look for, but I that's always, like, what grabs my eyes, face cam streamers. It's
Yeah.
way easier to connect to the streamer, like, when you can see what they're saying, like, with their face, like, their facial expressions, like, what they look like, stuff like that always helps me connect to a streamer more. But having a good mic, having good audio as well. There's so many times, like, with Fortnite streamers themselves, like, their audio is so bad, because they do, like, 3D audio. It just sounds really, really bad on stream. So I
Mhm.
always try to pay attention to, like, mic quality and, like, game audio, and even if you, like, don't splurge on, like, a mic, like the Shure mic, you could always get, like, a good Amazon mic. That's what I had before this, and
Yeah.
it was, like, $30, and it was super good. So I think taking the time to invest what money you can into your streaming setup is really good, especially how your stream looks. Like, you don't want your stream to look, like, overly flashy, but you wanna make sure you have some little overlays if you don't have a face cam. You wanna make sure you have
Yeah.
panels. You wanna make sure you have the time and effort that shows, like, you really care about streaming, not that you're just, like, hitting a go live button expecting things to happen.
Right. Cool. Excellent advice. Now, movement. We talked a little bit about movement.
Mhm.
You're involved with them. So what is movement, first of all, for those that don't know?
They they are an online company that specializes in helping creators be creators. I think that's, like, the best way you can explain it. Or their slogan is, like, be a movement, make a movement."
Yeah.
They specialize in, like, graphic design for streamers, graphic design, panels, overlays. I know for Corey, they recently did a rebrand.
Yeah.
They also do, like they do editing, they do, like, YouTube videos, they edit for gamers, they also edit for I know, they do, like, renovation YouTubers as well, like, basically anything they help, with, what's it called? 3D
Rendering?
rendering as
Yep.
well. Yep. 3D rendering, I know they helped a lot with some people's G Fuel campaigns, with advertisements with Las Vegas Inferno, they did that recently as well with the like, the mock-ups and the video of the what's it called? The promotional video for
Yep.
it, all of that, they do a lot of that, they love helping streamers, growing streamers, they help with TikToks, all of that. Just about anything to help creators do what they do best.
Yeah. And now how did you get involved with them?
Um I actually needed some alerts done, and they pointed me to Movement, and I was on a call with Brave, and we
Yeah.
just got to talking about literally everything, and then I did my internship through them because I needed an internship credit to
Yeah.
graduate, and then I just kinda stayed with them post-graduation, now I do my work with them, and I really enjoy, like, knowing Brave and, like, Monster
Mhm.
D-Face.
Yeah.
The little interaction I've had with Monster D-Face has always been super great, super
Super nice
nice.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, the entire, like, movement, like, community and, like, people that know movement, everyone loves movement, it's super dope.
Cool. Well, I got a funny story to share with you that I
Mhm.
had with so when Nikki was on, I asked, he was talking about doing this, campaign or video for this, up and comer streamer swearing Fortnite. I said, "Oh, that's cool. This like 14-year-old kid who's, he's really smart about doing his branding." Because I was ignorant to the Fortnite community. It's like, then, he said, "Oh, you should go check him out." And so I checked him out. I was like, "Oh, he's not a 14-year-old kid. He's a really entertaining 30-year-old guy."
Yeah.
So
I definitely love watching Corey, one of my, like, favorite streamers to watch off stream for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So, what other content creators do you like to watch or people
Um,
should check out?
I Corey and Maddie are literally, like, my go-tos, like,
Yeah,
in the morning, I'll watch Corey, and then I'll go live, and then I'll get off, and then I'll watch Maddie. It's kind of like a process, or in the morning, it's either, like, Corey or Alexa or Sparkles Cutie that I literally will, like, open all 3 tabs, and I'll rotate and, like, talk to people and chat and listen and stuff like that.
yeah,
That's, like, my morning routine while I get ready, like, do some things. I have a little afternoon break, and then I'll stream, and then I'll get off, and I'll watch Maddie or, like, browse any other people that are live or, like, my friends that I know are streaming, I'll stop by and say hi. I just
yeah,
love being on Twitch and saying hi to people. Or if I'm trying to watch them competitive, I'll just go straight to Aussie Antics. He's, like, the go-to for Fortnite competitive watch parties. He's so good
yeah.
at it. And I love hanging out in there. He's super nice and super funny. It's a
Cool.
good place to be.
All right. So now, when you're not streaming, you're not watching people on Twitch. What are you doing away from the computer?
I'm always on my computer. It's pretty I'm always sitting here.
Yeah,
Me and Rafi are long distance, so we're typically, like, off stream in a Discord call together literally all the time. It helps keep
yeah,
us connected pretty well because 'cause we're both always on our PC. If not, like, I'll hang out with my family downstairs, like,
yeah.
my family and I will go out to dinner. We'll sit outside and talk sometimes, it's super nice. Or, like,
Nice.
before stream, I'll, like, go out with my mom and stuff like that. We'll go to the mall or we'll go get lunch together, like, do some, like, day shopping. It's super
Yeah.
nice. And I'm getting back into, like, as you can see from the books, I'm getting trying to get back into my old love for reading so I
Mm-hmm.
can have, like, another hobby besides sitting on my PC all day and
Yeah.
playing games and watching streams. Because I was really big on it in high school, so I'm trying to get back into it. I'm like, maybe spending money on books will help me motivate, and
Yeah.
I've read some recently, so I'm getting in the groove of it. I'm trying to get back into the vibe of reading just because it takes my eyes away from the screen
Mm-hmm.
if I'm reading a physical book, and it's nice to, like, just get away from all the blue light, all
Right.
of that. It's definitely a good habit to get back into. I think reading is a good thing.
What's your favorite book? If you had a favorite
Um,
book of all time, what are a couple of your favorites?
um, this is a good one. I really liked, Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. I'm a big, like, fantasy reader, like,
Mm-hmm.
I like when the imagination goes elsewhere, like, I really love reading those kinds of books, so I
Yeah.
think, Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo is really good. When I was in high school, I really, really, really liked Red Queen. It was probably one of my favorite by Victoria Aveyard. It was one of my favorite books. Like, me and my IRL Sarah, we were reading them together. It was
Yeah.
so dope. And I had only read up to the 3rd book, and there's 4 in the series. And I literally just the other day I bought the entire series. I was like, I'm gonna reread it and I'm gonna love it again.
Excellent.
So yeah, that's definitely something I'm really excited to do.
Cool. Well, that's it. You survived.
I don't feel a scratch.
There we
I'm
go.
perfectly okay.
But now, before I let you go, though, now is your turn to call out somebody who you think I should get on the pod.
I think, um oh, this is a good one. I think if you can get in touch with Alina, I think she would
Mhm.
be Alexa, I think she would be such a good option considering she's been streaming. I think just recently she's been streaming for 4 years.
Oh,
She's
wow.
literally one of my favorite people on Twitch,
Yeah.
and she's such a like, big Fortnite influence for a lot of people. Like, they love
Yeah.
watching her streams. She has a lot of energy. She's probably my go-to.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite people ever. And if not, trying to think of trying to think of someone else. If you're maybe looking for some new streamers, my
You
friend
yeah, this is a platform for content creators, so I'm looking for
yeah.
you to pick somebody who, who'd have a good story.
I think if we're thinking more OG, I think Alina would be a very, very good option, but I
Yeah.
have a friend, Bria, who started streaming recently, and she's new to Fortnite and streaming itself, so I think she
Cool.
would be a good option as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this, and it was very nice to meet you.
Well, thank you for having me. I thank you so much. I enjoyed meeting you as well. Thank